All right. Um, quick chat this morning. Shorts and a t-shirt, but really sweating. Wow. So I try to spend 45 minutes a day in a sauna. This one is infrared. And the others are heaters, just traditional heaters. They get hotter and they warm you up from the outside in. Why do I love saunas? I love saunas because they have now been proven to be incredible for your health. They are they make your body believe that it is under the ideal amount of stress that is that helps to purge oxidants, free radicals. There is something that will help it also purge your lymphatic system, and this is all backed up now. So when I started learning more and more about this, I decided to make it my, that sucks, sorry. There, started making it part of my routine. That triply sucks. As you can tell, my routine is pretty new. But you can also tell that it's working because I'm sweating up a storm. So I'm going to leave this here. Like I said, it's going to be a quick chat. I will move back so you can see me and then lean forward. Yeah, so some of the things I do in here, I had elbow surgery. So you can see I have a line right there. They had to pull out a bone spur, shave down a bone spur, and then I don't know if I believe they grooved it so that the tendon or the tricep would flow seamlessly or with less friction. I had a bit of a tricep tear, and so anyway, it was affecting my life, and we decided to operate, and that was about 3 months ago now. And so I decided to get very serious about everything I could that would create less friction for me to get better. And then the question became, when you have an issue like that, it's a hurdle in life. We all have hurdles. But then this is a pause. This is a great pause. If we accept it as a great pause, and it can be defeating, which it was for a moment. And I give a shout out to a friend of mine, Brett Bigelow. And when this happened, he used to be a dentist, and his wife is a medical doctor. And he pulled me aside and said, "Don't let this ruin you. Don't let this defeat you. We're both proud to say aging athletes. And when I say that, that also means that it's also kind of how we define ourselves as human beings and inside of community, I guess. Because I've heard from people, caddies saying to people that I revere, things like, 'Sir, you're really not that good to take things this seriously.' And I think that, as you step away from a sport like pickleball, you understand, or anything, golf, that was specifically towards golf, tennis, and anything, ping pong, life in general. I think that there's an art to being competitive. And the irony is, as you begin to step away from things, you gain perspective. And perspective is one of the first rules that I like to teach young people, because this right here is a perspective, right? I'm kind of not centered. I'm in shorts. You can see my legs. I'm in a t-shirt. I'm sweating. My hair's all over the place. Guess what? I know. I can see the tricep firing, but it's a perspective. If I wanted to start it like this, and you notice I have teeny weights, but started out from a healthier perspective and have more of an upbeat energy. I would start it that way, more like a workout class. If I wanted to be more defeatist, it might be a closer perspective and or proper, and it might not show all of the imperfections along with what may or may not be perceived as decent information. I know nothing other than the fact that I have my master's degree from a good school, NYU Stern. I went to a great undergrad program. Still doesn't mean anything. And I had what I consider to be an amazing career, knowing that I probably didn't reach my personal goals, but for very specific reasons. And so a lot of our talks are going to be directed for young people and or for people our age who either just want to hear it, agree with it. If you don't agree with it, I love what you're saying. Are you? Yes, I am. You on the TRT. I'm not on hormone replacement. I believe that's what you mean. I'll be honest though, I tried it once, and they give you a blood test after you do it. I tried the pellets. I think it was about 2 years ago, and as you closer to 50, and you start to age, and you want to be taken seriously. And as you age, young people, I want you to be sensitive to this, because it happens. Aging happens. Injuries happen. So at my age, I've had so many things happen. I'll save it for another time. But for the younger people here, the people that will listen to this in the future, the perspective in our country and our world has changed. Almost like the elder generation, if we can't get something from them that is immediate gratification, or something that can extend our eye, this person has X. It's not a kind world. And I think that world is changing. And I don't necessarily think that I'm lucky, because I am competitive in a lot of different things. And so I don't care if you're however old you are, you're going to have to be on your A game. Or if it's something that I focus on, I will take you, we will have a great match, and we will smile and laugh afterwards, unless you lose. And then usually you can't believe it. And sometimes emotions happen. The only thing I can say is listen to the podcast, because there is 162 degrees. I don't know if you can see me sweating. I'm definitely sweating, because there is an art to, I think, getting old. My father was not an athlete. We used to talk philosophy all the time, listen to jazz all the time, and he was also very into technology. But he was a tap dancer, and so he made tap dancing great again. He made philosophy fun again. He took his perspective on life and positioned it in a way that was attractive. So as we get older, or even younger, look at people like they're people. We talk about free radicals now. I started the podcast, I guess, talking about free radicals. Let's get rid of them. They age us faster. Talked about, people talk about heavy metals. How do we purge heavy metals? How do we sweat more? We know that sweating is good for us, hands down. Everybody out there, it's 2026, sweat. Make it part of your business to sweat. A lot of people will get out there, people that you don't have to agree with. Agree with them on small things. And if you don't agree with them on big things, I couldn't do that 2 weeks ago. Give them the hall pass and continue to be open. Because a lot of people will gain one perspective. This perspective maybe get turned off. Oh my gosh, look, it's blah, blah, blah. I can't listen to him. He looks like, the guy from Back to the Future with his hair everywhere. Look at him. He's a meatball. I don't know. I've heard, like I said, somebody called me beefy. I'm open for it. And it's true. I am beefy. I got the love handles to prove it. But you hear me, it stuck with me. I used it as motivation. Yeah. It caused me to think about it. Is it changing me? I hope so. I go back and forth. I'm not perfect. We can discuss. I know how to get there. I know how to get there. I know if you're young, I know how you can get there. I know if you're older and you feel like you haven't gotten there, and if you feel like you're being lost in the shuffle, I can get you there. I promise. If you believe that, or if you think it's a cool concept, hit like and follow. Because that will help more people like us. Let's see what we're trying to do here. I don't think I'm getting a lot of likes here, which makes me think that it may be better for me not to have these conversations. So I'm going to leave it in your court. My channel is somewhat experimental also, and I'm going to jump around because we've 3 minutes. The buzzer will go off and then I will shut this off. Because I'm trying to figure out my audience. And maybe I shouldn't. I just crossed the goal of 8,000 followers. So a fair amount, a lot. I did it via comedy. And then I started doing live chats. Because I believe that comedy, there's always the moment of truth for comedy. I used to not be able to do that. Lean on my elbow for so long. And so I want to change the perspective or open the perspective to be honest chats, live chats. And again, I guess people don't appreciate it. But that's what I'm trying to do. So in the future, I'll be outside. It was freezing, literally freezing in Georgia, which is ironic. But anyway, open your hearts and minds to people of all ages. If you're older, open your minds to people that are young, that don't share your perspective, but share a thread. We all have a thread of what we know is right and what we know is wrong. And the more that we can be open and honest and try to not change people, but have an open conversation, people will open their minds. And if not, you didn't make an enemy. You made somebody, you definitely changed their perspective because you didn't make an enemy. And I feel like so many people make enemies. So I am fierce in what I concentrate on, but it's always with a good heart and an open heart. And I love these moments. I would say this is part of drilling to get us serious about things that we hope to gain a better perspective on. I'm hot. I love you all. 6-7. 6-7. Hit like and comment for 6-7. 6-7. That means that you watched the topper video, which I think I said that a bunch. I love you guys.